This is gonna be very, very interesting.
I wanted to talk about a quick throwback for you guys real quick to one of my favorite games that I played on the PS2 growing up. A classic snowboarding game that ruled the early 2000s, SSX Tricky. And it is a total gem. And it's honestly one of those games that really stuck with me throughout these years. It's just one of those games that just worked. But it has me questioning why. Why did this game make something so simple, but yet turned it into an absolute masterpiece? Especially when you look at it in today's standards. And the graphics do give a little bit potato, but it's still a fantastic looking game for its time. The way they blended over the top visuals with gameplay, honestly, it still holds up. And it's not the fact that everything looks sharp and lifelike. Y'all, like, it's the colors, the characters, the energy, it was all so unique and it was just fun. And I feel like that's what a lot of games are missing these days. They're all so focused on making all these games so hyper realistic that they forget about the fun aspect. And this game had that. It never overcomplicated things. It wasn't trying to be some hyper realistic sim, it was just fun. So what made this game fun, you might ask? And one of them was definitely the characters. They go so above and beyond with these characters. And there was just a handful of them to choose from. And they nailed each one of their personalities. Each one of them had their own unique little vibe to them. Just to name a couple of them that really stood out, we had the fan favorite who was pretty much the face of the game, Elise.
You won't regret this.
We had Eddie.
Alright, let's keep it real.
Marisol.
I like to party. Let's have some fun.
JP.
Parfait, no?
And my personal favorite, Kaori. And every character had their little signature move and line that they would say in the game. And it just made the whole game atmosphere feel really alive and groovy and fun. One thing that I really did appreciate about the game as well was the MC.
Here we go at the Mercury City Meltdown.
He had the perfect comedic timing, and he just made everything feel a bit more epic, if that makes sense. He had a way of putting you in a good mood. He'd be like, call your mama in the room and tell her how great you are. And guess what? I did that. Doing all the tricks that I thought was so cool back then, when literally all I was doing was like the most basic turns. But it wasn't just the gameplay, it was the level of entertainment that was woven into it. The sound effects, the music, it was all part of the experience, you know? You just get caught up in the chaos of the tricks, jumps, and drops while listening to this head-bopping music. And it really added a whole nother level to the game that people still just do not think about nowadays. And I gotta admit, playing that Tokyo map, it really made me want to visit Japan. The map was just so vibrant and unique, and my favorite part about that specific map was when the fans would like push you up to the second level and you were just like riding on the upper level or the second floor of the map, and it definitely got me thinking like I need to get over there. It was always a dream of mine after that. One day we'll make it happen. And the maps always had these like secret little tunnel shortcuts, which was always really interesting to find, but sometimes they were like really hard to get to, especially those ones where you had to like ride the rails, especially because it was like a really big like balancing game when it came to that. It definitely had its difficult moments, like when you were trying to have some like friendly competition within the game. Like for me, I would always play this game with like my sister and we'd always go head to head. And that's another reason how we don't get games like we used to, because this was a really fun couch co-op game and we just barely get any couch co-op games. I mean, I know recently we did get one called Split Fiction, but that's like one every like so many years. Back then, we used to get them all the time. SSX Tricky was definitely one of the best ones. But what even happened to the SSX franchise? The last game came out in 2012, and after that, it was just like silent. It just kind of got fizzled out. After SSX Blur in 2007, they shifted to Deadly Descents in 2011, which was a huge departure from the classic, fun, over-the-top vibe from the other games, and it went more realistic, and fans just didn't vibe with it. Deadly Descents was a weird choice for the franchise. It just didn't capture the magic of the earlier titles, and after that, the series just kinda disappeared. And it's really sad because SSX Tricky and SSX3 even were huge for a lot of people. And it's just sad that a lot of companies that did have these really fun games kind of turned away and started making these more dry, serious type games. Next thing you know, if they ever come back, watch them try to add like a story to it or something. But do you guys think that they could bring this game back? I mean, a modern SSX with updated graphics, but still keeping it fun with that wild energy. I definitely think it could work. EA kinda has been bringing back old franchises recently, so there's always a chance, but they would really have to stay true to the core of what really made SSX great. It really can't just be about realism or gritty snowboarding. It needs that arcade factor, that fun factor, that was stuck in the hearts of these games that made them so good in the first place. Fast action, crazy tricks, awesome characters, and I think if they stuck to that, a new SSX would be a massive hit, especially for the older players who played the game back in the day. I'm hoping EA hears this, and really hears this, if they did decide to bring back SSX with some modern flair. And honestly, I'd be the first in line to play it. In the meantime, luckily I do have a physical copy of SSX Tricky, and I will be playing that in the meantime. You really can't go wrong with the classic. So definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you liked SSX Tricky as much as I did, definitely leave your favorite memory of the game down below, that'd be awesome to hear. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the gaming news, reviews, and analysis. And we just started streaming recently, so I'd love if you guys could tune into that as well. We really do need to preserve these older games because they are useful and they're fun. But yeah, pause for now, play forever. AK out.